Hello and welcome students. In the session 7th of reproduction in lower and higher animal, we are discussing about the topic from 12th science biology, and in this session we are going to discuss about the fertilization or syngamy, its mechanism and its importance. As you know that in sexually reproducing organisms, there is a formation of gametes and fusion of these gametes. This fusion of gametes is called as syngamy. It involves the fusion of haploid male and haploid female gamete, resulting into formation of diploid zygote. Like other mammals, in human being also, the fertilization is internal. That means the fertilization or the fusion of gametes occurs within the body of female, inside the body, so called as internal fertilization. And this is mainly or usually takes place in the ampulla of fallopian tube or uterine tube. If suppose fertilization occurs, then this fertilized egg or the zygote will develop into an embryo, and the development of embryo occurs within the uterus of the mother. This is one interesting picture where few sperms have been shown, and these sperms are discussing among themselves whether it is a race or what it is a race, or another few sperms are tired. They have to reach up to the ovum for the fertilization. So the mechanism of fertilization involves the release of sperm during the ejaculation along with the semen. You know that a single ejaculation of male releases 2 to 4 ml of semen in the vaginal tract of the female, and this semen contain about 200 to 400 million sperms. Not all the sperms remains alive as they are introduced into the vagina. Near about 50% of the sperms are destroyed. Means what? About 100 to 200 million sperms are destroyed, and only 100 to 200 million sperms remains there. And this is what in this picture the sperms are discussing, and they are trying to reach up to the ampulla of the uterine tube. Now in this mechanism of fertilization, there are 3 steps. 3 steps आपल्या अंडरस्टँडिंगसाठी इथे केलेले आहेत. तर त्यातली पहिली जी स्टेप आहे, फर्स्ट स्टेप इज अ मूवमेंट ऑफ स्पर्म टुवर्ड द एग. As already I have told you that after entering the vagina, about 50% of sperms are destroyed and remaining sperms undergoes capacitation within 5 to 6 hours. Means near about 100 to 200 million sperms tries to reach up to the egg into the ampulla. But for that they have to undergo capacitation. What is this capacitation? The capacitation is nothing but the sperms acquire the ability to fertilize. That is capacitation. And for this, the acrosome membrane becomes thin. The calcium ion enters the sperm, and their tail shows a rapid whiplash movement. Here in this diagram you can note that The sperm is now asking to the egg something, discussing. But here, for the time being, we have to consider that the sperm have been reached up to the egg, and as the sperm reaches, it is capacitated already. Capacitation means what? Here you can note that the acrosome, this one is the acrosome. This acrosome becomes thin. Calcium ion enter the sperm, and the tail shows the whiplash movement. For capacitation, some secretion have been secreted in the vaginal tract of the female, that is containing the prostaglandin and vestibular secretion. These two secretions enhance the sperm motility or increases the sperm motility, and the sperm becomes the extra active and moves toward the oviduct. And after capacitation, the sperm moves toward the oviduct or the uterine tube and reaches up to the ampulla. Now, second step is entry of sperm into the egg. Now all these sperms reaches toward the egg. Here in this diagram you can note capacitation of the sperm has been occurred, and this is a capacitated sperm, and one of the capacitated sperm enters within the oocyte, secondary oocyte. You have to note that a single sperm is allowed to fertilize with the ovum. Only a single sperm. A sperm, after reaching the ovum, comes to lie against it, and its acrosome releases the enzyme which is called as the hyaluronidase and the corona penetrating enzyme. Corona radiata. Not this coronavirus. Corona radiata. The enzymes dissolves this corona radiata cells and the membrane of the egg. They separate and dissolve the cells of corona radiata. So the sperm head passes through the zona pellucida of the egg. So I was telling you, the hyaluronidase and corona penetrating enzymes are released by the acrosome. They separate and dissolve the cells of corona radiata. So the sperm head passes through the zona pellucida of egg. This zona pellucida has a fertilizin, and it binds the anti-fertilizin of the sperm. Now this particular two substances are very important. Fertilizin anti-fertilizin reaction. This is a species specific. Means what? Fertilizin and anti-fertilizin reaction is also called as a compatibility reaction. And this sperm should be compatible with the particular oocyte. In other words, in simple way, we can say that the only human sperm can enter into the human oocyte. Not any other sperm will be allowed to enter within the oocyte. This is because of the chemicals fertilizin and anti-fertilizin. So this is the specific thing over here. So this is the second point, entry of sperm into the egg. Then as the sperm touches to the zona pellucida of the egg, the acrosome releases the acrosine or lysine enzyme, which act on the zona pellucida at the point of contact, and it causes the egg reaction, and small fertilization cone or the cone of reception is formed. And this cone goes deeper and deeper, and the sperm head comes in contact with this cone. Now only sperm nucleus and the centriole are allowed to enter within the egg. None of the other part of sperm is allowed to enter within the egg. Even the tail remains outside. Acrosome is already busted, so the nucleus and centrioles are allowed to enter in the egg. As the sperm head touches the vitelline membrane, the cortical reaction gets activated and it changes the vitelline membrane into a fertilizing membrane. This is very important thing. Once the sperm head touches the vitelline membrane, immediately after that a cortical reaction activated and the vitelline membrane is converted into fertilizing membrane, which prevent the further entry of sperm into the egg. Once one sperm is entered, none of the other sperm is allowed to enter, and this is deactivating the sperm receptor of the zona pellucida. And immediately after that a distinct perivitelline space is created around the fertilizing membrane, and this is preventing the polyspermy. It's a very important thing. Because of the fertilizing membrane, the perivitelline space is formed, and this is preventing the polyspermy. Here is the diagram which is showing these events. In this first event, the sperm makes contact with the egg. It just touches to the egg. Then second event, the acrosome reacts with the zona pellucida of the egg, secondary oocyte we may say, which releases the hydrolytic enzymes. In the third phase, or in the third step, acrosome reacts with the perivitelline space, makes a notch and goes deeper, and there are the protein receptors, fertilizing and anti-fertilizing. Then plasma of the sperm and egg fuses. Here you can note the fusion of plasma membrane, and then the sperm nucleus enters the egg, and this particular tail remains outside. Very nicely explained and presented in the form of a diagram. Now the fertilization, this is again another diagram which is showing a secondary oocyte, and the sperm is entering within the oocyte till the pronuclei are not fused here in this diagram. This is corona radiata cells, then zona pellucida below that. These names you have to remember, all these names of the layers of the secondary oocyte you have to remember. Then this plasma membrane of the secondary oocyte, here you can note this, and finally the cytoplasm of the secondary oocyte here. This first polar body is shown here. Now there is not second polar body formation yet. The second polar body formation takes place only after the fusion of this and this two nuclei, male and female pronuclei. Then and there only the second polar body is formed and the diploid cell is formed. So this is the actual process of a fertilization. And third step is activation of ovum. या दोन स्टेप्स आपण पाहिल्यात. त्यामधली पहिली स्टेप आपण पाहिली ती आहे movement of sperm toward the egg. Second step is entry of sperm into the egg, and now this is third, activation of ovum. The ovum before fertilization was in metaphase second stage. It has completed only first meiosis. Now it has to complete the second meiosis stage. With the contact of sperm, the head of vitelline membrane of egg is activated to resume and complete its meiosis second. This is very important during the activation of ovum. And now the second polar body is formed and the meiosis has been completed. Germinal vesicle organizes into a female pronucleus, and at this stage the true ovum or the egg is formed. A simple thing is there. You have to keep it in mind that the ovum released during the ovulation is not a true ovum or a egg. It is a secondary oocyte because it is not completely formed. It has not completed the two meiotic divisions. Only one meiotic division is completed. First meiosis is completed. So true ovum is formed only and only after the entry of the sperm into the egg. So this is the third step in fertilization. Here now in this diagram also it is nicely shown oocyte at the ovulation, that is the secondary oocyte. Here you can observe the corona radiata and the first polar body, and it is having the zona pellucida. So this is a secondary oocyte. Now fertilization and the oocyte activation, here the second polar body is formed and now it is fertilized ovum, and as the sperm head enters within it, this pronuclei is formed. This is the male pronucleus and this is female pronucleus. So this is the pronucleus formation. A nice diagram showing in brief the process of fertilization. This is actual electron microscopic picture of the egg, fertilized egg. Here you can note this is a pronucleus. This one is the polar body 1, first polar body, and this is the second polar body. So this particular stage of the zygote or fertilized egg is about 50 microns in diameter. This is electron microscopic picture view of the actual ovum of human, or we may say that we have been formed from such a type of a fertilized egg. We all have been formed. Now this fusion of egg and sperm is given here. After the fusion of male and female pronuclei, they are degenerating. Coverings of male and female pronuclei are degenerating and the material is forming a pairing. The chromosomal material is forming a pairing. This resulting in formation of synkaryon. That is, the genetic material is combined together, and that is what called as the syngamy. This syngamy is the fusion of two gametes in fertilization, and it involves the plasmogamy and karyogamy. Both the cytoplasm as well as the nuclear material combines together, and this is forming into a zygote. त्या पद्धतीने ते हा दोन मेल फिमेल प्रोन्यूक्लिया एकत्र येतात. त्याचं जेनेटिक मटेरियल या ठिकाणी आपल्याला एकत्र झालेले दिसते, अँड देअर अगेन इट स्टार्ट्स डिवायडिंग आणि मायटोसिस होऊन त्याचं क्लिवेज होऊन दोन ब्लास्टोमियर्स तयार होतात. So in this manner the proximal centriole is received from the sperm, which help in formation of the synkaryon and spindle fiber and cleavage of cells into two blastomeres. Actually in fertilization we have to consider only up to this stage. This is the next stage, developmental stage, that is what cleavage, cytokinesis. This you may remember during fusion of egg and sperm. तर इथे याच्यामध्ये लक्षात घेता येईल की आपल्याला हे सेंट्रिओल्स या एगमध्ये नसतात, ते सेंट्रिओल्स या स्पर्मने डोनेट केलेले की ज्याच्यामुळे हे अशा प्रकारचे स्पिंडल फायबर्स तयार होतात दोन्ही बाजूने, आणि दोन बंच हे दोन बाजूला ओढले जातात आणि मग त्याचं सेल डिव्हिजन होतं मायटोसिस होण्यासाठी. तर ही जी क्रिया आहे याला ॲम्फिमिक्सिस असं म्हणतात. या प्रोन्यूक्लियावरचं आवरण जे आहे ते डिसॅपिअर होतं आणि हे क्रोमॅटिन मटेरियल सेपरेट होतं, म्हणजे उघडं होतं त्यातलं, आणि ते दोन्ही एकत्र येते. या ठिकाणी दोन्ही एकत्र आलेले आपल्याला दिसतात लक्षात. तर या पद्धतीने फ्युजन ऑफ एग अँड स्पर्म ऑकर्स. सो दिस इज अनदर डायग्राम विच इज शोइंग द ॲक्च्युअल fertilization process. Here oocyte at the site of ovulation. This diagram shows secondary oocyte. The ovulation released a secondary oocyte and the first polar body. Both are surrounded by corona radiata and the oocyte is suspended. In the second diagram we can see the fertilization and the oocyte activation. Here the male pronucleus enters within the egg and the acrosomal enzymes dissolves the corona radiata and the plasma membrane of the egg. Then here the male and female pronuclei are there. They lacks their membrane and the chromatin material is exposed. This is the chromatin material and it combines together. And again immediately after this combination amphimixis occurs, and now the cytokinesis occurs. That is what the cytoplasm, the first cleavage begins after 30 hours of the fertilization. म्हणजे ही सगळी जी क्रिया घडते ती 30 तासापर्यंत फर्टिलायझेशन झाल्यापासून, आणि मग क्लिवेज सुरू होतं. यामध्ये सिग्निफिकन्स जर पाहिलं आपण, द सिग्निफिकन्स ऑफ फर्टिलायझेशन, सेक्शुअली रिप्रोड्युसिंग ऑर्गॅनिझममध्ये फर्टिलायझेशनचं सिग्निफिकन्स अत्यंत महत्त्वाचं आहे. इन दॅट फर्स्ट इज द सेकंडरी oocyte completes its process of oogenesis and transforms into mature ovum. सेकंड स्टेज त्याची जी राहिलेली आहे किंवा सेकंड पोलर बॉडी जी रिलीज करायची आहे त्यापासून मॅच्युअर ओव्हम तयार करण्याची जी क्रिया राहिलेली आहे ही या ठिकाणी पूर्ण होते. इन द सेकंड द डिप्लॉइड क्रोमोझोम्स आर रिस्टोर्ड इन द झायगोट बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ सिनगॅमी. Third point is the ovum lacks the centriole which are donated by the sperm or which are received by the sperm from the sperm during the fertilization. And fertilization involves the fusion of male and female gamete from the two parent and result in variation which is significant in evolution. Sexual reproduction shows variation in the offspring because there is a combination of two different individuals, so variation occurs. It is not there in the asexual reproduction or clones. Clones are exact copies of the parents, but in sexual reproduction variation occurs, so the offsprings are different from the parents. And one more is the sex of the offspring is determined because of the fertilization. So these are the significance of the fertilization. I hope you understood the process of fertilization and significance of fertilization. Read it once, twice, thrice. Watch it again and again. Write it in your notebook. And don't forget to write comment after viewing this video in the comment box. Write your name, division and standard there. And take care your health. आपल्या आरोग्याची काळजी घ्या, सुरक्षित राहा, अभ्यास करत राहा. पुन्हा भेटूया नेक्स्ट व्हिडिओमध्ये. टिल देन, बाय बाय.